I thought my daughter was lying. I was wrong, and it shattered me. I first noticed something was wrong when my daughter Emily came home in tears, clutching a crumpled paper in her fist. It was the invitation to her 10th birthday party, the one we had spent hours designing together. She whispered, "Someone took the rest of them from my backpack." I thought maybe she lost them. Kids are forgetful. But the next morning, I placed 10 more in her folder myself. That afternoon, gone. Only one remained, shoved deep in her pencil pouch. By the third time, my frustration boiled over. These weren't cheap. Custom cards, balloons on the front, her name in bright colors. I asked Emily point blank if she was throwing them away because she was nervous no one would come. Her eyes filled with tears. She shook her head, whispering, "It's not me, Mommy. It's Hannah." I froze. Hannah was her closest friend. Why would she steal birthday invitations? That night, I slipped one last batch of cards into Emily's backpack. But this time, I tucked a tiny mark on the corner of each with a pen, just to see if they vanished again. The next afternoon, the call came. "Mrs. Ross, this is Principal Anders. We need you at school right away. It concerns Emily." My stomach dropped. I left work mid-shift, hands gripping the wheel so tight my knuckles went white. By the time I pulled into the school lot, my mind had run through every worst-case scenario. In the principal's office, Emily sat with her head down, her little body trembling. Next to her was Hannah, face pale as chalk. Principal Anders leaned forward. There was a conflict during recess. Hannah was seen taking items from Emily's backpack. When Emily confronted her, it escalated into pushing. "Taking what?" I asked, though I already knew. "Her birthday invitations." Hannah's voice cracked. "I wasn't stealing them. I was trying to keep them from being passed out." The words made no sense. My daughter stared at the floor, tears sliding silently down her cheeks. "Why would you do that?" I demanded, but Hannah clammed up, shaking her head. The school decided both girls needed cooling off time. I signed Emily out and drove her home, trying to stay calm. Halfway there, she blurted out the truth in between sobs. "Mom, Hannah doesn't want me to have a party because she doesn't want me to find out she can't come." My grip on the steering wheel loosened. "What do you mean she can't come?" "She said she doesn't live anywhere right now. She and her mom are in a shelter. She told me she doesn't even know where she'll be sleeping next week. She was scared I'd get mad if she didn't show up." The words hit me like a punch. Suddenly, the invitations didn't matter. The decorations, the cake, the rented bounce house, none of it mattered. What mattered was a little girl too ashamed of her reality to accept kindness. That night, Emily begged me not to be angry at Hannah. "She just doesn't want anyone to know. Please don't tell the teacher." I promised her I wouldn't. Not yet, but the image haunted me. Hannah's small hands tearing up paper, not out of spite, but desperation. The next morning, I drove Emily to school extra early. Instead of dropping her off, I parked and watched. Sure enough, a van pulled into the lot. Old, dented, the kind you pray still starts in the morning. Hannah and her mother climbed out. The mother's eyes were hollow, her coat far too thin for the chill in the air. They looked around nervously before heading inside. I couldn't stop staring at that van. That wasn't just transportation, that was home. When Emily came home later, she said Hannah refused to take the special cupcake invitation we'd made together. She said birthdays are for people who have houses, not for people like her. I knelt down, holding Emily's face in my hands. "Sweetheart, birthdays are for everyone." That night, I made a decision. Emily's party wasn't going to be about gifts or appearances. It was going to be about making sure Hannah and every kid like her felt included. The following Saturday, our backyard filled with balloons and laughter. Kids ran wild, frosting on their cheeks, music blasting. But the real moment came when Hannah arrived. She hesitated at the gate, her mom trailing behind, clearly embarrassed. I rushed over. "You made it," I said, like it was the only thing I'd been hoping for. Hannah's mother whispered apologies, saying they couldn't stay long, but I looked right at Hannah and handed her a cupcake with a candle already lit. "Happy birthday," I said, loud enough for the whole yard. "This party is for both of you." Her face went blank, then broke into the kind of smile that could split a storm. Emily grabbed her hand, pulling her straight into the crowd of kids. For the first time, Hannah looked like just another child, running, laughing, living. Later that evening, after the last balloon sagged and the last guest left, I found Emily and Hannah curled up together, trading friendship bracelets they'd made. And I realized I'd spent weeks worried about invitations, when all along, the only thing that mattered was making sure no child ever felt uninvited to life itself.